Hey everybody, we're talking about how to trust again in our long-term partnerships. Now, before we get into the how, I want to get into something about how trust erodes, because a lot of times people think about how trust erodes when major things are happening, such as cheating or that sort of thing. And while that is obviously a severe way of trust erodes from a lot of small things that we don't even think about. Trust erodes when one partner tells another partner they're going to do something as simple as change a light bulb, and they never get around to doing it. Or they say they're going to get it done by a certain day, and it doesn't get done. Trust erodes when we say we are committed to going to an event with somebody, or when we say we are going to be home at a certain time, or when we say we are going to show up for them in a certain way, and then we don't prioritize it. So all these things can actually deeply erode trust. It's around, trust is in part related to accountability. Do I say something, and can I be accountable to follow through on what I say? That is one of the huge things that really keeps relationships healthy and keeps the trust strong. So if there's major trust things that have gone on, like cheating, for example, oftentimes therapy is really needed because there's many deep layers that are happening here. Some of what I'm about to talk about can help sometimes in these situations when trust is when it's been eroded to that level, but definitely not as an intro step, because what I'm about to share does require a huge level of still wanting to touch and be intimate with that other person. And if trust is eroded so much that you don't even want that, then I would recommend that you work with a therapist for a while, work on repairing that trust, and then do this as a later step. Now, if it's just more of a trust like I'm talking about, where there hasn't been any cheating or anything like that, but there's just this fundamental thing about not trusting the person, it is really interesting is that this is a huge thing that shuts down libido and intimacy, which puts people into a very vicious cycle, because when we do not trust somebody, what winds up happening is our amygdala, our fear center of our brain, gets hyperactive, and it becomes hypervigilant because it's all about survival. Our primal nature kicks on and we go into survival. And when we are focused, when our brain is focused on the amygdala, then we start scanning for threats, and we start scanning even subconsciously for anything that is reminding us that it is not safe to trust that person. So the vicious cycle I'm speaking of is one of the number one ways to lower that amygdala firing of the brain, that fear trust center, is by increasing oxytocin. And oxytocin, remember, is our hormone that is increased with long hugs, with long kisses, but especially with amazing orgasms. So this is the vicious cycle I'm talking about, where people oftentimes feel like, well, they don't want to be touched, right? Because their fear centers are kicked on, but yet we need that trust we need that oxytocin to create that trust again. You know, what's also interesting about oxytocin is oxytocin has been shown to increase what's called trust adaptation. Trust adaptation is the ability to forgive small breaches. So when these small things occur, when we're talking about, somebody said they would change the light bulb and didn't, those kind of small things, when we have less oxytocin on our body, when we're less connected physically, there's literally biological changes that make it harder to forgive those things and make us hang on to them longer. This is probably one huge reason why a lack of sexual intimacy is related to higher amounts of divorce in research and studies, is because sexual intimacy helps increase that oxytocin and helps us literally have better trust adaptation, which is that ability to forgive small breaches. So when it comes to repairing this, we cannot think our way back into trust. It's a feeling. So we can say things in our minds such as I forgive you and I trust you again, but the body knows better. The body doesn't lie. The nervous system does not lie. So if we're saying this in our mind and our nervous system's feeling on edge and our amygdala fear center is still activated, we're not going to really be able to trust. We really have to get back into those feelings. So I would encourage people to start slow. If it feels at this point like, wow, the trust has been breached and touching feels a little bit intense, start slow. Start with holding hands, long hugs, and really trying to just slowly build up that oxytocin and trust again. Once you have that oxytocin and trust built up, then you can get into things like sensual massages where you're still being, closer together. You're still generating that oxytocin, but you haven't gone into full-on sexual repair yet. What that's doing is you're finding ways of slowly increasing that oxytocin to slow down that amygdala and to really help you with getting back into that trust bubble. Another thing that's been shown to really help connection and to really help with the oxytocin loop is eye gazing. So this is basically where you sit and just stare into each other's eyes, totally silent for 2 minutes. And what you're really looking to do here with your eyes is you're trying to think about things that you love about this other person. So you're not touching. You can sit cross-legged style if you want and have your knees touching, but in general, you're not touching like a huge amount of your body. And what you're doing is you're basically through your eyes thinking about all the things that you love and appreciate, but you're doing it just with your eyes and not even voicing it. You can voice it later, but what we're trying to do here is get you out of the mind and get you into that feeling state, because trust, really, like I said, is in repairing this. It's not just a thinking thing. It's really a feeling thing. Typically, when people do this, they oftentimes are brought to emotion. They start dropping the armor and they get a little bit more vulnerable. So I hope this has been helpful. Please do go into the show notes and download my book. I have a free book for you, 5 Easy Steps for Mind-Blowing Orgasms and Romance. And even if you're not ready to orgasm yet, even if the trust has been broken to that level, this book can absolutely help with some things that are directly related to repairing your relationship and helping you get back into that love bubble. So I will have that in the show notes. It's called Revive Your Love Life. And I guess that is it for now. So please do subscribe to this channel so you get more information like this. I'm Dr. Diane, your libido doc. I'll see you again soon.